China's upcoming military parade in Beijing on September 3, 2025, is not just a ceremonial event, it is a carefully staged demonstration of hard power and strategic ambition. The scale of preparation, the number of new weapons, and the timing all suggest a clear message is being sent to global audiences. China is accelerating its transformation into a fully modernized military power with global reach and the capability to challenge or deter any adversary, particularly in the Indo-Pacific. At the center of this display is a new generation of missiles, each one potentially representing a significant leap in capability. These include the YJ-15, YJ-17, YJ-19, and YJ-20. While China provides no official breakdown of their roles or capabilities, experienced observers have identified characteristics that point toward a multi-pronged strategy: defeating naval forces, conducting rapid land strikes, and bypassing current-generation missile defenses. The YJ-15 appears to be an upgraded supersonic cruise missile, likely designed to target ships or fixed land targets from long range at very high speeds. The YJ-17 has features consistent with hypersonic technology, possibly either a scramjet-powered missile or a glide vehicle, optimized for speed, maneuverability, and surprise, ideal for evading traditional air defense systems. The YJ-19 has a clear air intake beneath the nose, suggesting advanced air-breathing propulsion, possibly a ramjet or scramjet, capable of reaching targets quickly while flying at high altitudes. The YJ-20 is visually similar to existing ballistic missile designs, likely optimized for ship or submarine launch platforms, further enhancing China's ability to saturate distant targets from multiple vectors. What's most concerning from a defense perspective is not just the appearance of these individual systems, but what their collective debut represents: an increasingly networked, survivable, and rapid strike capability that would be used to disorient and disable enemy command structures early in a conflict. These missiles can be launched from land, air, sea, and possibly submarine platforms, suggesting a clear intent to complicate detection and interception efforts. They are built to compress decision time for adversaries and make high-value targets such as aircraft carriers, airbases, and logistics hubs more vulnerable. This is occurring in parallel with China's dramatic expansion of its strategic missile forces. Over the past few years, China has gone from a restrained nuclear arsenal to a large-scale silo construction program. Hundreds of new launch facilities are being built in remote areas. These silos could house ICBMs, capable of reaching targets across continents. Some silos may be decoys, part of a deliberate shell game strategy designed to confuse satellite surveillance and increase the survivability of China's nuclear forces. The number of actual warheads may be fewer than the number of silos, but the ambiguity forces other powers to treat each one as a real threat, stretching their own targeting and interception planning. Further complicating the picture is the likely unveiling of new air and missile defense systems. While these receive less attention than the offensive weapons, they are central to China's concept of layered defense. The possible inclusion of long-range interceptors, such as those believed to be part of the HQ-19, HQ-26, and HQ-29 programs, shows that China is not only investing in attacking faster and farther but also in blunting counterstrikes. These systems may be capable of intercepting ballistic missiles during their mid-course phase, outside the atmosphere, mirroring the role of systems such as the U.S. SM-3 or GBI. This creates an increasingly closed-loop system where China can project power while also shielding itself from retaliation. The presentation of new launch platforms for missiles, such as transporters built to move ICBMs into fixed silos, is also part of this messaging. It reinforces the idea that China is creating a highly flexible nuclear infrastructure with both mobile and fixed components, making preemptive destruction difficult and retaliation more assured. Strategically, this parade is part of a broader narrative of power consolidation and geopolitical assertion. China is signaling that its armed forces are no longer focused solely on regional security or homeland defense. Instead, they are preparing for high-end conflict scenarios that involve extended reach, high-tech strike capabilities, and hardened defensive layers. This aligns with China's recent posture in global affairs: more confrontational, less risk-averse, and increasingly willing to leverage military strength in diplomatic, territorial, and economic disputes. Critically, the military buildup reflects long-term planning, not short-term reaction. China has not faced a recent direct military threat, and its military budget remains below 2% of GDP. Yet it is building forces that exceed regional defense requirements. The growth is tied instead to a vision of power projection, deterrence, and eventual parity with, or dominance over, other major military powers. The objective is to force adversaries to operate at greater distances, respond slower, and hesitate longer. In essence, China is reshaping the strategic balance in its favor by creating new facts on the ground. Whether all these weapons are fully operational or some are still in development is secondary, the parade itself is the message. It's about perception, readiness, and deterrence. China wants other nations to see a future where its military cannot be challenged easily, and where any conflict, whether over territory, access, or influence, carries unacceptable costs. This parade is not just about weapons, it's about momentum. And the direction that momentum is heading is clear: greater assertiveness, deeper military investment, and more confidence in using force, whether overtly or as a backdrop to coercive diplomacy.